Cthulhu The Cosmic Abyss? Is it a skip or is it a pie? Let's find out, shall we?
Humans, what have you learned?
Now, Cthulhu The Cosmic Abyss is a first-person Lovecraftian detective game set in the year 2053. The story to this is absolutely mind-bending. It just messes with your head. It's been developed by Big Bad Wolf and published by Nacon, and players take control of Noah, an occult investigator looking for a missing colleague who discovers a corporate plot to mine ocean gases that awakens an ancient submerged horror. The narrative focuses on exploring a sunken city and solving mysteries surrounding it all, and the story itself is actually really good. It really is really good. And it does a decent enough job of keeping you hooked to find out what happens next, but I'm not going to spoil it. You've got to experience it for yourself. Now, gameplay. As mentioned, Cthulhu The Cosmic Abyss is a first-person detective-style game with no combat at all. Yes, you heard me right. No combat at all. So if you were hoping for an underwater Resident Evil type game, you are going to be a little disappointed. Even the horror in this game is lacking. It's more of a shock value experience with some very mature themes. The controls in this game are simple, and it's an adventure game at heart, with a context-based interaction with the world and puzzles, and it's done rather well, even though some of the object placement can be a little bit finicky, but it does the job. The game, though, is all about clue finding and solving puzzles, all whilst in a dark, mysterious environment, and with this in mind, you're aided by your trusty sonar, which, after analysing certain items, can be used to highlight other things with that same frequency, which helps in finding the clues to solving the puzzles. So it's not only a good way of finding your way around, but it's also a good way of finding the things that you need to seriously finish these puzzles. And these puzzles, towards the end of each chapter, are quite big. You end up with a major investigation, and that investigation has a, how do I put it, crossroads. You have two ways of completing it. One of them is doing it in a certain way that increases the amount of corruption, and then there is another way of doing it which decreases the amount of corruption, which obviously affects Noah. But the game doesn't hold your hand. It doesn't tell you which of these is going to be anti-corruption or which is going to be the full-on corruption. So it's up to you to search around, find all of these clues, and solve the final investigation. And all of this is done within the vault. Now, if you have played some of Frogware's previous Sherlock Holmes games that had the Mind Palace in, you are going to be well and truly at home here, because it works exactly the same. You find clues, you analyze them, you pin them together, solve deductions, and that then helps you figure out which way you're going to go with the final investigation. So it's very much an adventure game at heart, and I can't fault it. Kept me going. It can be a bit difficult if you put it into investigation mode at the start, because it doesn't hold your hand at all, but that's all part of the fun, and it's one of the reasons why I actually enjoyed this game. It made you think while you were playing it. What else can I say about the gameplay? Obviously, we've talked about the investigation side, the sonar, the clue finding, all of that. But you also have this context-based system. So when you pick up an item, if it will only fit in a specific slot, it will highlight green. And there's so many times that I ended up it just floating around and it said red, wouldn't go there. It was exactly the item that needed to go there, but it just did not fit. And then out of the blue, bang, you get it highlighted in green, which was a little bit annoying. What else can I say? Well, on the fact of the context-based system, there is a DLC quest that came with the, not the collectors, but the, what's the word? The deluxe edition of the game, and it amplified this problem with the context-based system. To the point where you had to constantly keep repeating the missions, because not only did you have to place this item, but you had a creature that was going to kill you if you were in the dark for too long. So if you didn't get it on the pedestal at the end, you had to restart the whole thing, which was absolutely annoying. The other issue that this game has, unfortunately, is it's in UE5, but the option that they have gone with for the save system is a checkpoint-based one, and it's annoying. Especially this game has a fair few glitches. One of them, a staircase disappeared on me later in the game. The checkpoint that I had still had the glitch in, and the only way to progress the game was to restart the entire level, which that was frustrating. So maybe patch in some manual saves, it can be done. I've seen it done in a couple of UE5 games, but that is a big gripe on my part. But other than that, the gameplay itself, it works. It's an adventure game. You're finding clues in the environment, reading a lot of text, solving deductions. The gameplay works for what they are trying to do with it. It helps the story along. Now, visuals. The visuals in this game, they are amazing. It's UE5. It looks really good. Some parts of the game look absolutely breathtaking, but it's also a very mature game. So there are some images that are not in the gameplay that I'm showing, but they are very mature. So it's not one to play with your kids in the room. I can tell you that for sure, because some of it is quite shocking. What else? Performance within UE5 and its visuals. It's a typical UE5 game. It's suffering from the same stuttering issues that previous UE5 games have had. It's not very well optimized on that front. I had the same issue with Bloodlines 2. We shouldn't have this problem in UE5. It's been around for quite a while now. We should not have this issue. The frames drop. You can't. This has all been done on Xbox, by the way, as it said at the start of the video. You can't use quality mode on Xbox at the moment. It's the same as Bloodlines 2, another game, as I mentioned not that long ago in this review, that suffers from the same issue. Frames. The frames in quality mode just drop way below 30. It is almost unplayable. I've had a few crashes because of it, but overall, it's a UE5 game. It does look awesome. So it's one of them. They can patch a lot of these issues out, hopefully. Audio. Now, the audio with this, absolutely brilliant. It amplifies how good the visuals are. You have a really good voice cast in this game. It doesn't sound like it's been phoned in any way, shape, or form. The ambient noises, awesome. Especially when you are swimming around, everything's muted. It really makes you feel like you are claustrophobic in that helmet. They've done a good job there. You can hear the clunking of your boots when you're walking around. Everything ties in. You've got this creaking, the gurgling of this goo that's covering most of the levels that you're exploring. They have done a really good job, and it really makes you feel like this evil is all around you. There is one level where you're in a temple, and that just, you do feel on edge with the ambient noises. It has been really well done. But yet again, there are issues you have, well, I should say, ran into a few audio bugs, bit of crackling, sounds being distorted, even to the point where some sounds have been muted, and the only way to get rid of the issue is to restart the checkpoint. So, yet again, big bad wolf. Hopefully they can patch it. But overall, what do I think of Cthulhu? Now the question is it a skip or buy? Well, if you want a Lovecraftian, mature, story-driven adventure with some deep investigation and puzzles, I would definitely recommend buying this game. It will definitely keep you hooked for not a long period of time. You could probably finish the game in, say, 8 to 10 hours, and it does have some replay value. There are multiple endings in this game, and you also have the the dual choices for the investigations. So if you're looking for something like that, I would definitely recommend it. If not, and you can't see past a lot of the flaws that I've mentioned in the game, I would wait for a sale and obviously a lot of patches to be dropped onto this game, because if you're one of these and you get frustrated by graphical glitches, audio bugs, having to restart levels, a badly implemented save system, I would wait. I would definitely wait if you cannot see past its flaws. But the time I had with the game, I have absolutely enjoyed it. No, I was not sent a review code. This was purchased out of my own money. But what would I give Cthulhu The Cosmic Abyss? I hear you asking. Well, I'm going to give the game a 7 out of 10. The story's really, really good. Kept me going from start to finish. The clue finding and all that, yes, it can be a bit tedious at the start once you get your head around how it works, but it's enjoyable. It makes you think, and that is the main thing. That is what this game is setting out to do. So yeah, 7 out of 10 from me. I really enjoyed it, but the lack of optimization with UE5 is one of the reasons why it was brought down. The audio bugs, the glitches, but hopefully, as I said, it can be patched out and you're going to have a really good 8 to 10 hour adventure with some seriously good replay value with, as I said, multiple endings, different choices. But there you go. There's my review for Cthulhu The Cosmic Abyss. Gone over a few things on how well the game is, how bad the game is. That is just the way games are. It's all personal preference and what we can all get from the game. But I've enjoyed it. 7 out of 10. So I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed my review. If you did, please show me by hitting that thumbs up button. Obviously, subscribe to the channel if you have yet to do so, especially if you're a returning viewer and you haven't done it. Hit that subscribe button and let's grow this channel together. And that brings me to my live show on a Tuesday evening, 9 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, or British Summertime now, or 4 p.m. Eastern, where I will go over some of the news. And in a couple of weeks' time, I will be joined by my new co-host, Aero Nation. So yeah, come and join us. We will have a right laugh on a Tuesday. But there's not much more I can say on Cthulhu The Cosmic Abyss. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed my review. If it helped you out, let me know in the comments. If you played the game and you've watched my review anyway, let me know what you thought of the game in the comments below. But on that note, weather the storm, and I'll see you all on the next one.
Humans, what have you learned?